Well, boys and girls, our start to the Champions League campaign has been... But we have a big opportunity to push on and try and qualify for the knockout stages, and that is exactly what we're going to try and do. League-wise, we're fine. We won the league last year. We should win the league again this year. We're looking pretty comfortable. We've got the 2 top scorers in the league. We've got the greatest youth system in the history of world football, and we are just churning out players. And we should be fine domestically. Obviously, the Champions League is a little bit of a step up from what we were used to last year. From 3 games in, we've won our first 2 matches. No, 2 of our first 3 matches, which is great. It's certainly better than what we expected, especially that win over Bayern Munich was huge. But we did then lose against Bayer Leverkusen in the last stream. So these matches tonight are massive. We're at home against Athletic Bilbao and Arsenal. So, and then we're at home against Liverpool. Wow. Okay, this is Real Sociedad and Nice. Okay, this is quite tricky. We should finish top 24 with 6 points on the board already. But we need to beat Athletic Bilbao right now. Where are they in the league? We don't have La Liga loaded, so nobody knows. Nobody knows how good they are. Hopefully that means they'll be rubbish. That looks like an acceptable team. I'm sure Past Kev knows what he's doing. Let's just get in there. Get in there and get it done. Switzerland in a few days. Then like a week after that, I'm off to Turin. And then a couple of weeks after that, me and Anna are on holiday in Tenerife. In between all that, I've also got Insomnia, so I'm away for the weekend there in Birmingham. I've got London Comic Con, so I'll be away at that. I've got TwitchCon on the horizon, which is already booked in. There's a lot of stuff, and it's going to be awesome and a lot of fun. Part of relaunching the vlog channel as a travel channel. So that's going to be awesome. But it does mean when I'm at home, I'm cranking out Football Manager videos and not rearranging the house. I've spent all day today and yesterday just making Football Manager videos so that I don't have to do it while I'm in Switzerland, because obviously it's hard to do that when I've not got my things with me. Especially when Posh are finally finding some form as well, and we've got a big chance of actually getting promoted, or at the very least getting into the playoffs. And we're good at playoffs. If we get into the playoffs, you have to believe. I'm new to FM. What should I do during transfer windows? Sign football players would be my tip. I've got some videos on the channel, on the YouTube channel, about how to do transfers and stuff. We're 3-0 up against Bilbao, by the way. Our start to this Champions League campaign has been phenomenal. I'm going to be really confused, by the way, as well. Because in Non-League to Legend, I don't think you've met him yet. In Non-League to Legend, because I'm now like a week ahead, this isn't really a spoiler, but in Non-League to Legend, I've signed a midfielder called João Veloso dos Santos, who's a central midfielder who can also play as a defensive midfielder. So this guy's obviously one of the name in the game people, and I've now got him in both saves. So that's going to break my brain. Have I ever thought about doing a save with an athletic club? Yes, I've thought about doing saves with lots of clubs. Look at us go. My word, look at us go. When everyone's experiencing all of the content from Switzerland over the next few weeks, not just the Servette matchday vlog, but there's going to be other vlogs and stuff from while we're there. Like I say, the vlog channel is becoming a travel channel this year. And it all starts with this trip to Switzerland. I guess you could say it all started with Bessing from coming back. But this trip to Switzerland, there's probably going to be 3 or 4 videos coming off the back of. And in all seriousness, without Alex and various other people who were incredibly generous through January and February, those trips wouldn't be happening, because that insane push to nearly 5,000 Twitch subscribers for a month or so basically generated a pot of money which has been set aside to buy new gear. So you'll have already seen in the videos there's some new gear that's been purchased, and also to fund the trips while we get the vlog channel back off the ground again, because at the moment it doesn't really make any money at all. Probably made about $2,000 last year on the vlog channel over the course of the entire year, which obviously doesn't pay for very many trips. So being able to have a little bit of a pot of cash as seed money to try and get it back off the ground as a travel channel and try and put some content that I genuinely think people will enjoy, very much appreciated. Thank you. Do we care about this game, or should we put the reserves out? It's Porto, so we're probably going to lose anyway. It's a bit unfortunate that we're playing them so early. And we're going to have to put the first team out because it's Porto. Oh, Mamadou Mendes. Wonderful stuff. Did I get travel sick in cars before I could drive? Yes. I distinctly remember going on holiday as a kid, and my mum used to have to pack a little plastic bag full of Marmite toast every time we went on any kind of trip. And as soon as I started to feel sick, she'd give me a little triangle of Marmite toast because it would set on my stomach. But I'd still throw up anyway. I remember throwing up all over a Spanish hire car when I was about 7 years old. It was such a hot day. It was so hot in the back of the car. I just threw up everywhere. And then we had to drive back to the hotel with this rental car just absolutely stinking of hot vomit. I don't think we ever hired a car on holiday again after that. But you were fun to have as a child. Oh, it was a nightmare. A lot of this has come to the forefront as part of my autism diagnosis. I've had to recall stuff from my childhood. Like, yeah, that should have been a sign. I only drank water until I was like 10 years old. I refused to drink any kind of squash or any kind of flavoring. I refused any kind of fizzy drinks. Only water. I imagine there was never anything wrong with it. I don't think it's that the water's bad anywhere. It's that anytime you go to a place where the water is different to the water you're used to, like the chemical balance of the water is different, it can give you an upset stomach for a day or two. So I imagine someone coming to the UK and starting to drink the tap water, it'll be a little bit iffy for a few days just because the chemical balance is different. I was like 12 years old and had never burped. And my parents basically forced a can of Coke down me and then put me on one of those rides. It's like, woo, woo, round in a circle. And I was going around that ride having just drank this bottle of, this can of Coke that I hated. And I just got to the top of one of those and let out the biggest, deepest, bone-rattling burp anyone has ever done. Immediately felt better. Could burp from then on. And from that point on, saw the benefit of fizzy drinks. He's now got 8 spare cables and 2 spare charging blocks in his bedside cabinet. And we're like, we are going to check every week when we're here. We're going to check how many he's got left. If he runs too low, let us know and we'll order more. And we'll just keep these topped up and we'll make sure he's always got them because they are so important. I did see Saka's goal. Saka's quite good at football, isn't he? Oh, well. It was fun while it lasted. If you couldn't do an A&E queue, yet you were able to go into the Marshall Arena place. That was rammed. Yeah, but it's a different kind of rammed. It's difficult to put it into words. That A&E room was just an absolute sensory nightmare. It's low ceilings, loud noise, blaring lights, no rules, nowhere to sit, nowhere to get any respite. With the Marshall Arena place we went to when we were at Milton Keynes, there's a big wide door that I can step out of. There's high ceilings. There's spaces where you can step away and get away from the people. I know how long I'm going to be there. It's different. Going into a tiny, crowded, horrible room full of angry, unpredictable people and not knowing how long you're going to be in there. Nightmare. I haven't seen either of the qualification matches. I'm one of these people who only watches England when the major tournaments are on. All I've seen of what's gone on in these last couple of matches is that Saka scored a worldie. And someone's told me Ivan Toney made his debut, apparently. So, yeah, I've not watched any of it. I assume England will carry on doing what England do in all these major tournaments under Southgate. Efficiently get about as far as we should and then get knocked out as soon as we face someone any good. So if we get a nice draw, we'll go quite far. If we get a tough draw, we'll get knocked out early. And meatheads who don't understand what's going on will judge it purely based on what round we get to. And if we get a bad draw and we get knocked out early, Southgate will get sacked. And if we get a good draw and get knocked out later, he'll get 2 more years. And that's just the way it will keep going forever now. Oh! Is that a penalty? I think we've lost here. This is not ideal. Yeah. Perhaps Premier League teams are a step too far for us at the moment. We have lost against Arsenal, everybody. It's very sad because we've now got to play Liverpool as well. So I imagine Arsenal are better than Liverpool because this isn't topsy-turvy land. Yeah, Arsenal are second in the Premier League. So yeah, Arsenal. Someone said before, if Arsenal won anything, there you go, Premier League in 2027. Liverpool are down in fifth. So Liverpool, I guess, are more beatable than Arsenal were. Middlesbrough have got the second top scorer in the Premier League. Why are Middlesbrough good? They must have had a tycoon. Michael Carrick's still Middlesbrough manager. So no tycoon, just Michael Carrick doing an incredible job and somehow never leaving. What a weird scenario that would be if Michael Carrick's still at Middlesbrough in 10 years and they're just a top 6 Premier League team. And I don't know what the magic is. Shady hitting the nail on the head. I've watched this stuff before and I love it. Yeah, you love it, but I bet it's boring. Everything I know about, because my experience on YouTube is only in gaming and vlogging, and I don't really watch a lot of YouTube. Trying to break into a new genre and learning how this genre works is baffling because I don't understand it. Just charisma, I guess. I'm the most charismatic man in the universe. I will absolutely figure it out because this isn't going to be like when I tried to be a Pokemon YouTuber and gave up after a couple of months. I'm going to be doing all this traveling no matter what. So I need to be able to expense it. So I'm going to figure it out. It makes me wonder. I think we're already learning this with the Best Thing From stuff. I need to do a lot more post-production voiceover-y type stuff and make the videos much more structured than they are for them to work in that space. I don't think I can just plonk myself down in another city and then do a vlog as if I was vlogging in the middle of Leicester or Peterborough or somewhere. I think I need to have the videos actually have a little bit more structure to them for them to work in that genre. But the best thing froms we've got planned for this year from now: Turin, Milton Keynes, Cambridge, Manchester, Edinburgh, Belfast, Glasgow are the ones that we're doing for the rest of this year. We went to Shrek's Adventure. We've been to Thorpe Park. I mean, I'm struggling to think of things in London that you could do that we haven't already done. There's a whole video which is a Wembley Stadium tour. You know, there's dozens of London videos on the channel. I was too chicken to stand on the glass floor in the Blackpool Tower. So there's no way I'm going up the Shard. Have I done the cable car across to the O2? That's surely not a genuine question, Topher. My editor. You know what? I've trusted QuickPick to get me to this point. Let's trust it a little bit further. We're going to have a look at Undongala from the start for the first time. Phil, thank you very much for 3 months. Stevenage game. I mean, the problem with it being match day vlogs, and I'm not against doing it, but they're probably going to roll over into next season at this point because I don't really have any weekends free now until June. So I don't think I'm going to fit in any match day vlogs. So we can't really do match day vlogs as forfeits unless we roll it over. If you've already booked something, then surely that'd be fine. But then they'll realise what a mentalist I am and the fact I've got like 8 things booked. They offer me 4 different dates. I'm like, no, I'm here on that one. I'm here on that one. To be honest, I'd probably cancel anything other than the Tenerife holiday. Because that was the one that was actually expensive and is for Anna. The rest are just me being silly. So it's not really been as spaced out as I would have liked. So I've had to cram in Barcelona and Turin and Tottenham and Servette and all these in like a 2-month period, which is mad. So I need to spread the stuff out a little bit more next year. What if the game goes to a replay? Then I guess I go to the replay as well. I've got something even more special planned that would start the following season that I can't remember if I talked about or not. So I'm not going to say any more right now. unless one of you tells me what the idea is, and then I'll be like, oh, I have told you before. But otherwise, I'll keep it secret. Why have we only offered a tiny amount of money for this guy? I don't understand. He's wanted by everybody, and we offered £70,000 for him. We've got money, haven't we? We've got money. Why are we not just spending the money on him? There you go, £5 million. Easy. Right, we've got 2 new players joining. Huzzah. I don't even remember who Perez is. Oh, are these going to be 2 strikers? Have we got 2 more strikers coming in? I guarantee that's what's happening. It's going to be 2 more strikers. Even though we've already got like 5. He's a midfielder. A right midfielder. Okay. Already a Costa Rica incident. Oh, God. Only sign as a last resort. Yikes. Oh, he's got potential. Oh, hello. Juventus have offered 30 million for Galoob, which he doesn't want to go, so that's not a disaster. He wants to go to Man City. Of course he does. But worryingly, he's got a £40 million release clause. So we're going to reject that and try and offer him a new contract, but I suspect he's not going to be interested because he wants to go to Man City. Wouldn't be interested in renewing right now. So if City come in and offer 40 million on his release clause, we might be losing Galoob, which would be a real shame because he's a superstar. Means I'm moving to a diamond if he leaves. I mean, I guess we could. We've got so many strikers. Have I got a diamond that we're training? Probably do need to train a diamond for that circumstance, don't I? Right, Perez is not great. He was cheap, so it doesn't really matter. Amadi is great and was quite expensive and has gone straight into the under 23s. That's how good we are now. We can sign a £5 million striker and just put him into the under 23s. We've got so many players ahead of him. He's the 8th best striker at the club, but he looks like he's going to be a superstar. Right, come on then. Let's do another football win. I'd quite like Galoob to go. I'd like him to stick around until the end of the season. I think Galoob is next summer's sale for sure. Let him go, switch to the diamond. We haven't got any other wingers coming through. And we've got like 6 strikers that are all good enough to play. So I think switching to a 2-striker system makes sense. Thiago Thomas can obviously play up front. So yeah, we're already putting... We do so much long-term planning here at Sporting. We sell Galoob in the summer for 40 million and switch to a diamond. Boom, done. Hashtag rock and roll. Exactly, that's the kind of rock and roll lifestyle me and Anna live these days. What a goal! Oh my word! Mamadou Mendes! Forget Galoob being the one who gets sold. How are we going to keep hold of this guy? He's only 19 years old and he can do this. Wallop. I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you. I'm so out of love. I know all the words, as you can tell. I just choose not to use them because I don't want to look like a know-it-all. We've covered that, I think. No one, they've not figured it out. We're fine. Right, let's make some changes. So really, in situations like this, we probably should be switching to the diamond rather than putting our reserve right back on the right wing. This is probably a situation, if we're training the diamond, to switch to the diamond and bring on another one of these strikers that we've got so many of and do something like this. Oh! Okay, we're doing some quite dodgy passing. We haven't quite mastered this system yet. Almost as if we only started training it 2 days ago and now we've switched to it mid-match! Oh my word. That was almost disastrous. We perhaps need to train this a bit longer before throwing it into a match when we're only 1 goal ahead. I guess the good thing about not spending loads of money in January is we'll have some money for when next gen happens. We can swoop in and try and steal some next gen. Although I don't know how many next gen are actually still 18 and under. Who is this guy? Oh, has he signed a new contract? He's not any good anyway. I don't understand what's going on. Marcelo Rodriguez. We're just about to start playing a system that would suit you. They're going to have to pay your whole salary because I kind of want to keep you around. I know you want to go and get some game time. Okay, fine. Whoa, Dortmund are now in with a big offer. Well, it's not big enough. It's only 22 million. But there are teams sniffing around our better players. Just offered this guy a new contract, haven't we? I think. Did we offer? Oh, we just triggered his extension. I don't want to sell him. And this guy, I mean, there's so many. Oh, this is the big guy we signed, isn't it? 6'4" centre back. Yeah, it wouldn't do him any harm at all to go out on loan, but they have to pay his salary. I know he's out of contract, so we could sign him on a pre-contract. Did we establish a rule for this? I think if we agree the contract now, it doesn't matter that he's going to turn 19 before he arrives. I think that was the rule we established. Because we've already done that with somebody else. I'm not signing a 34-year-old old man. How do we undo that offer? Only reason we're playing this system now is because of Galoob. We've got a 2.5-star player on the left wing. We need Galoob to go. How's the drawing going? I keep forgetting to do it. I need to get back on it. What is the drawing? I don't even know where the book has gone. There's so much junk on my desk at the moment. I've barely left this room. You can see how much time I've spent in this room. So I've been back on the Y Food. Not currently a sponsor. Although they did send me, this is still left over from when they did sponsor me. But I've been guzzling the Y Food because I've barely left the room all weekend. I have found the book though. So I'm supposed to draw a dog on a skateboard. Okay. Okay then. Here we go. Here goes nothing. Dog on a skateboard incoming. Dog on a skateboard. I wonder who your best friend is for tomorrow's drawing. I mean, it'll just be a picture of Dave not on a skateboard. That page will just be 2 dogs. Come on, Mamadou. There he is, look. Bang. Bang and wallop. And I think we've used up all our stoppages as well, so we can't make a final substitution. It's all gone wrong. At least it's an opportunity for some of these other strikers to get some game time. Carapito with the goal. We'll be streaming again tomorrow. I did mention at the start of the stream, only be streaming Monday and Tuesday this week because then I'm off to Switzerland second half of the week. So you will be getting vlogs from Switzerland. There's a match day vlog from Servette as well. Lots of exciting stuff coming. But after Tuesday, the next stream will be the following Wednesday, I think.